Good evening, everyone. Welcome to historic Benson Grist Mill out here in Utah. The next couple hours we're going to spend inside this haunted mill. Started in 1854, we've investigated this place with Dr. Ghost Hunters a number of times. Footsteps definitely heard up on the third floor. We have felt physical contact by being touched on the back of the neck. Disembodied voices, EVPs. This promises to be incredibly active. So, that being said, let's head in. Three levels to the Benson Grist Mill, including the basement. Upstairs is where we hear certainly the footsteps, so I've set up a trail cam up there with a geophone footstep tracker from Ghost Stop. Visit our affiliate link, you can pick up all of Ghost Stop's equipment. We'll go ahead, lock ourselves in. I'm the only person on the property other than the property manager who is not in this building. Just to show you that nothing's gimmicky, I've set up devices, but none of them are powered on. It's up this stairwell where I saw a ball of light disappear after appearing right in front of my very eyes. Because of that, let's set up the GS2. This will be able to detect any physical motion that we can't see with our eyes and temperature fluctuations. As we come through the first floor of the mill, this spot in particular has been a hot spot of activity. Let me show you what we have. Down those stairs in the back lead to the basement where there still is running water and a well. But even here, up above, we should be able to hear footsteps and possibly even voices. There is some car noise in the background that should die off as the night goes on. But please, if you hear or see anything, please let me know. I have a few pieces of equipment out here that I'm going to turn on and show and talk about as we go. So first, our REM pod, it puts out electromagnetic field and a wave, and anything that enters that field will trigger. So anything that enters this field will trigger it. I brought a candle, not to light. But just to see if there's a little bit of a trigger object that could be had. Okay, so I'm not sure why that's picking up. Let me reset it. Put the temperature to 0 and the REM pod to 0. Okay. Have our paralight. This will detect any fluctuation in electromagnetic field. And again, it goes off. Now, this entire property is full of electromagnetic field, but it shouldn't do that. If there's a sphere in here, can you step away from that light? I appreciate you doing it. I'm just not ready for it yet. While we wait to see that hopefully zero out, I'm going to turn on the other devices. This is a newer device called the tracer. It puts out a laser beam that runs the length of this LED light strip. If anything is to break that beam, it'll show up as a light fluctuation that you can see there. This is another electromagnetic field detector with this tripwire. You'll see color activation. Different from the purple, that will detect a fluctuation electromagnetic field, which of course we think is due to spirit activity. And lastly, we'll set this up, and I hope that you can see that. This is Ghost Tube SLS. We'll point it right down at the stairs, so if anything's walking up, we're going to be able to see it. Now, I'm going to move that. Let's turn the sensitivity down just a touch. I've got a GoPro here on the other side, which is what I'm setting up now. That said, we should be set up and ready to roll. Now, I have been to this location several times in the past and have had seemingly intelligent conversation with spirits here. So I'm going to start just by introducing myself and continuing to build that rapport. So if there are any spirits or any people here of the grist mill where I am now, hopefully you remember me. My name is Chad. I live in the year 2023. My hope is to come here to speak with you or make contact with you to learn more about your presence. In current day, we don't understand why you are here, if something is here. So we want to know more. I've been here several times before, and I think I've had interaction with some of you. I'd like to tell you a little bit more about me, and of course learn a little bit more about you. You know, I've set up some different gadgets here. If you can see me and see these things, they may seem a little foreign, perhaps. None of them should hurt you. I have a device in front of me on the ground with a red light, and that will help me detect your presence. So if you come up and touch the antenna, it'll activate, and then I'll know that you are there. I have another device here with a pink light, and the same thing, in a way, works with that. That if you use your energy, you can activate that. So you can activate the purple lights that you can see draped across the stairwell. Then I've got a little rectangular device that shows a real photo going down to the stairs, and that allows me to perhaps see you in a different form that I can't see with my naked eye. I brought something with me that we haven't brought with us before, and that's a candle. I thought perhaps in whatever realm or world that you live in, or even if in fact you are deceased, that maybe this would be a nice object different from the must of the mill. So please feel free. To come and smell that. I'm going to sit quiet for a little while. Please feel free to come say hi. Sorry, as I move this around here, I'm going to pull this up just a little bit closer so you can see these objects a bit better. And hopefully you can see that SLS camera there in the background. If anyone here sees or hears anything, please feel free to let us know in the chat. And as we go through this live tonight, if you like the video, subscribe. I'll pick one winner and send you a new K2 meter that I'll purchase from Ghost Stop. So we appreciate you being here. So last time I was here, I started to tell you a little bit more about myself, and that seemed to have you warm up a little bit. So I'll tell you more about me. First of all, I'll tell you it's really weird talking out loud to an entire building that I don't think there's anyone in here. So that's a little odd. But my wife and I were here a couple weeks ago. Her name's Sarah. We come from Salt Lake City. It's a few miles out east. Oh. I saw you light up the tripwire. Did you guys see that? The tripwire, all the colors changed. That's the person I'm speaking with. You activated it perfectly, so I appreciate that. If you can come up and touch this red light, that would really help me know that you're here. But we come from Salt Lake City. The person who oversees the mill has made it into kind of a historical landmark to ensure that it stays preserved. Her name is Jody. So we contact Jody and we know her. She allows us to come in here to try and chat with you. We could do a number of things tonight. If you have any messages you want to relay, you're welcome to do so. If you want to play with some of these things I brought out, you're welcome to do that too. If you want to just go about your business, don't let me stop you. Are there any mill workers that are here? Perhaps someone who's lived in Tooele or Stansbury, or even if you've traveled from Salt Lake. You can communicate with me through any of these devices, but also if you make noises or knock, I'll be able to hear you too. I understand that some of the early Mormon settlers built this mill. Is that correct? There it goes again. Did you see? Were you one of the early Mormon settlers who helped to build this mill? I understand Ezra Benson is the mill owner, or at least who the mill is named after. Ezra, are you here? It's interesting that that goes off like in a wave, and all of them goes off. It's almost like there's energy that just shoots through it. Now there is like a big EMF producer pole out in the parking lot, maybe 150 yards away, but I don't know why it would do that. There's something out there. Did you guys hear that? Was that it sounds like a horse. I could be hearing things. It sounds like there's a horse walking right outside. Can you guys hear that? Hopefully you guys are able to see that tripwire as it goes off. Is there anybody downstairs? Oh, it just activated. The tripwire just activated. If you're downstairs, can you come up and talk to me? I'd love to hear your story or any conversation you'd like to have. As soon as I asked if there was anyone downstairs the first time, that tripwire changed color. I was here a couple of weeks ago. Let's move this closer to downstairs. And when I was downstairs, I felt as though someone was touching the back of my neck. And then through our device called me pathetic. I didn't appreciate that. Is there anyone in the water downstairs? We know that there's running water that helps to fuel the mill. And in the past, with our devices, we've seen someone come up from that water. If you're downstairs near that water source, can you come up here? I have a device here in my hand that if you're speaking to me now, I can't hear you, but if you talk into this device, I'll listen to it immediately afterwards and we'll be able to hear you. Anything that you want to say, you're welcome to. Can you tell me your name, please? Are you a worker here in the mill? I know that there was a young girl named Alice who died near this mill. I think I've seen you in the past. Are you here, Alice? Who touched my neck the last time we were here? And why did you do it? Let's listen back and see if we can hear you. Be able to hear you. Anything that you want to say, you're welcome to. Can you tell me your name, please? Hopefully you guys can hear this. Are you a worker here in the mill? I know that there is a young girl named Alice who died near this mill, and I think I've seen you in the past. Are you here, Alice? Who touched my neck the last time we were here? And why did you do it? Doesn't appear that there was anything there. Pretty quiet on the first floor so far. We're about 20 minutes in. Make a few more attempts, and then perhaps we'll go downstairs to the basement. While we leave the equipment running, let me give a tour. Oh, there goes the tripwire again. I don't understand why it comes through in a wave. It really makes me feel that that's not paranormal. Okay, so let me give a tour quickly of the rest of the building so that those who haven't been here can see. Okay, I'm going to come back. You're welcome to play with any of these devices, but I'll be back. That is always so creepy. So there's our device. And as you see, if you haven't seen this one before in motion, we'll set that off. So let's head on up to the second floor. And this area, right when I turned here, is where I saw a glowing ball of light just appear and disappear right in front of me. Sorry for the bumps. As you could imagine, this area gets pretty creepy when it's dark. Just not a whole lot of visibility. Then up here, I've got the footstep tracker and the trail cam. I can wave to it as it snaps a photo. Okay, let's see if that lights up. It should. Okay, so we just picked that one up. 6. I know when I left, it caused 1 or 2. There may have been an activation there. There's the trail cam. And then this back corner. And usually at night, it shouldn't take too much longer. You'll be able to hear footsteps just pacing back and forth. Lots of birds up here, which can be very unsettling. Okay, so tell you what, the basement had some good activity there in the past. It'll be a little unnerving being there on a solo investigation, but let's do it. So let's take this, turn that off. We'll need to recalibrate that. Okay, so a little bit of setting up again, guys. Bear with me just for a second. Let's grab the tripwire. That's me. It does get really spooky down here. But You can see the mechanics are still here. We'll navigate our way back. This area. This is spooky. Let me show you. We've had some significant SLS figures here in the past. We heard a disembodied voice in this area, and then steps leading down into a water space. No water there now. So what I'm going to do is set this here. Trip over everything I have. All right, viewers, you're going to be on watch duty while I go grab the rest of the gear. Okay, so I'm going to go grab the rest of the gear. I'll be right back. Okay, so we have lots of ways to measure electromagnetic field. We'll set up our invite with a lovely smelling candle. Okay. Okay, so I think we should have a pretty good view of everything going on there. Let me change just slightly. Okay. Now, any spirits that are down here, I suspect you heard me upstairs. But my name's Chad. I've been here several times before. There are spirits that I know are here in the mill. I would love to have a chat with you or have some form of communication. The way that a lot of these work, let me show you how these items work. We've got a puck that sits on top of this wheel with a red light. If you go near that antenna by the red light, I'll be able to detect your presence. We could actually have forms of communication because additional lights will come on, and we could discuss what that would look like for different answers. The purple lights that are hanging detect fluctuations in electromagnetic field. Maybe you know what that is, maybe you don't. It's energy. If you go up and touch it, it'll make the light change color. Can you do that now? Almost. Lastly, I have a device here in my hand. That has a database of words. And the thought is that you can use your energy to pick a word from this, and it will speak it to me, and we can communicate through that measure. Now, just knowing that, are there any spirits here who'd like to communicate? You don't need to be fearful of me. Hopefully you've seen me before. I feel like we've interacted with a lot of spirits here. My name's Chad. I come from Salt Lake City. The year's 2023. We're currently in June. I come out here specifically because I believe that maybe there are other people here that we can't always see, and it really intrigues me. Did a light just go off? It seemed like the light to one of the tripwires go off. I feel like I saw something out of the corner of my eye. You guys see anything? But we don't understand how you can also be here if you're not in the same living form that we are. And so we're trying to figure out why. And that's why I drove out here today. I feel like I heard something in there. Most of the spirits here have been friendly. Some not so much. That's me. Is there anybody down here? I'll switch this device. So guys, what I'm pulling up now is the Ghost Tube Vox. It acts like a form of a spirit box. It scans through radio frequencies. And the thought is that spirits can communicate through this. It needs the internet to connect. Let's see if I can connect. Nope, I'm not going to be able to do that one. So we'll go back to the regular Ghost Tube. It just did it. It just did it again. Is that because of this? But it was the middle one, right? The middle light? That can change it color, but why would it just do the middle one? Hello? Can you tell me your name? Take this away from it so it doesn't set off. This shouldn't set off its own magnetic field. My name's Chad. I'd like to speak with you. This is a beautiful mill. Were you a mill worker? It's so quiet in here. I feel like there's not even shifting of the wood. It's getting like eerily quiet aside from the outside part. I feel like the energy in here is changing a little bit. Is that because of you? Just did it again. It's always the middle one. No, I wonder if it's the little girl. She can only reach that one. Alice, are you here? Alice, do you remember me being here from before? You can go up and touch that purple light again if you would like. Or if there's a different child. Cursed. First word it said. It's cursed. Who's cursed? Who's cursed? Is it the mill? Or the property? Are any of the spirits here cursed? I hope not. And this shouldn't be the cause of it. No, that's not setting off its own field. I would still like to know your name. Can you tell me your name? You can speak really loudly into this device I'm holding. I felt like a floorboard moved, and I don't think it was me. There it went again. Let's listen to this. Or if there's a different child. Cursed. It's going again. First word it said. It's cursed. Who's cursed? Who's cursed? Is it the mill? Or the property? Are any of the spirits here cursed? I hope not. And this shouldn't be the cause of it. No, that's not setting off its own field. I would still like to know your name. Can you tell me your name? You can speak really loudly into this device I'm holding. I felt like a floorboard moved, and I don't think it was me. Nothing. You saw the flash of light too. Was it from the tripwire? I mean, I don't understand why it's just that one spot going off. If you guys have any questions that you would like me to ask, feel free to leave them in the chat. I'm happy to do that. We'll give it a few seconds, perhaps, of silence. Yeah, I can put the SLS on that spot. It did it again, and that I should not. That was a different. Well, there's something going on there. Let's see what we can get. Hopefully you guys can see that. going to use this device that will enable me to see you in a different way. So even if I can't see you in your full physical form, I might be able to see you through here. Is there anybody down from where the water is? From inside that well? Please come on up to talk with me. I really don't want to see anything come out of there. There it went again. Who are you? Hopefully you guys can see that SLS. Doesn't look like you can. I'm going to move this down just a touch. Let's go in a little closer. You know, it's our understanding that changes in energy can allow you to manifest. Oh my God, that compressor again. Oh, I did that 2 weeks ago and just sends your heart right into AFib right there. So there's apparently some sort of generator compressor right back there. Come to find out, when you're trying to talk to something that's not there, that you can't see, if that thing goes off without warning, makes you just about want to die. So what I'm curious about is, with different energy, you know, we've had different weather and lightning storms and just bad weather recently. Does that give you more power or energy? Activation of any of these devices in front of me, you know, for any of these questions really would start communication and be a yes answer to me, and then we can talk a little bit more. Did that top one just go up just a touch here? Okay, I'm just going to sit in silence for a little bit, and when that compressor goes off, we'll see if anything comes out. So in the past, when we've been here, there have been a few spirits in particular who've been kind enough to interact with us. I believe there was either a Joshua or a William. I believe that was your name. Are you here? Who's the leader of this mill? Is there someone who has some authority here? I'd like to be able to talk with the leader of this mill. Who should I speak with? Are there any people who died on this property that maybe weren't mill workers? Is there anyone here who isn't dead but can hear me? Is there anyone here who can explain why I can't see you? Last couple of things. You can speak really loudly into this device I'm holding. Can you tell me your name? Can you tell me what year it is? Can you tell me what location you are in? Have you seen me before? Can you make something in this mill move? I'd like to be able to talk with the leader of this mill. Who should I speak with? Are there any people who died on this property that maybe weren't mill workers? Did that just go off again? Oh, two. Is there anyone here who isn't dead but can hear me? Is there anyone here who can explain why I can't see you? a couple of things. You can speak really loudly into this device I'm holding. Can you tell me your name? Can you tell me what year it is? Can you tell me what location you were in? Oh, this is radio. Like I'm listening to the radio. Have you seen me before? Ooh, I've got goosebumps. Can you make something in this mill move? So, I appreciate you communicating with me. You know, if you can see me or hear me, I'm not actually listening to a radio. With this, I can record the sound that's going on and then listen to it. I was trying to see if I could hear you. But you did great talking through there. Oh. And making these devices light up. It's getting a little bit darker outside and in here now. Is that making you more active? Can you talk through this device again? You did great before.
I'm not sure.
You're not sure? You did it. You just did it. Oh, guys, are you seeing this? The lights are going off. And I know it still looks light in here because I've got a big spotlight on it. It's dark. It's getting dark here in the mill. Who am I speaking with? My name's Chad. Can you tell me your name? I have some devices here. They won't harm you. It's simply to try and capture evidence that you exist. We upload it onto, at least in our time, what's called a video, so that people across the world can watch it. Do you have any message that you would like to say to them? It went off again. You're doing great learning how to use energy. One of those devices there on the wheel, if you can see it, has a red light and an antenna. Can you go up and touch it? You know, you said radio earlier when I was using this. Do you want me to try and use this again and see if you can speak into it, see if I can hear you? Oh boy. Okay. I'd like you to say the word penny into this device. Penny's the name of my dog. Can you say it really loud into this device I'm holding? Is there any message or anything you'd like to say? You said radio earlier. What did you like to listen to on the radio? you still here with me? Why did you leave? Is there someone new here? In the past, I've spoken with either a Joshua or maybe a Zach or a William. Are you here?
Device.
All right, let's listen to it.
Penny's the name of my dog. Can you say it really loud into this device I'm holding?
It says Penny. We're stopping this early.
Is there any message or anything you'd like to say?
What was?
You said radio earlier. What did you like to listen to on the radio? You said radio earlier. What did you like to listen to on the radio? Are you still here with me? Why did you leave? Is there someone new here? In the past, I've spoken with either a Joshua or maybe a Zach or a William. Are you here?
Nothing.
It's device.
Boy, it started to heat up there for a second. That trip light activity, yeah, it really is. I want to show you guys, it's getting dark in here. Check this out. So I'll turn off the light. And then like back behind me, that's what I'm seeing. Like it's dark, it's creepy. Maybe let's go without the bright light here just for a few minutes. And let's see if that activates anything. If you guys don't like it because it's too dark, let me know. Just adjusting this camera, I apologize. Oh, there it goes again. It's so bizarre. I don't understand like the cadence of that going off. Pull this back a little bit. Okay. I feel like this time of night in the past is when we've started getting footsteps. I'm going to stay quiet for a little bit. Let's see if we can hear them. Whoa, look at those lights. Did you see that? I'm going to stay quiet and see what else happens. It is so, like, eerily quiet in here. Oh, wow, there it goes. Oh, shit. Oh, boy. I'm going to still stay being quiet. That seems to be what's sparking it. Hopefully you guys can see that REM pod going off, right? It's temperature and something is breaking the magnetic field. I'm getting comments about the weather. You know, I don't have significant weather out here. I don't have lightning where we are. Oh gosh, that REM pod is still going. I mean, you guys have seen it. That thing's been there for how long without going off? I mean, it's been an hour and 10 minutes of this reel and it hasn't activated. Oh gosh. Oh God. I can hear something above me. Oh, it might be that jet. Oh, phew. So, yeah, I'll do the SLS. I have to take it off of this, but I can add the SLS. Oh gosh, that was the lid. I dropped that. I'll add the SLS now. Whatever energy is in here, setting off the equipment, I appreciate it. I'd like to be able to communicate with you through that device that you're lighting up now, so can I ask you to step away from it? Yeah, if you back away from it, the white will go off. And that will help for us to establish some communication. So please step away from that device. Step away, please. I'd really like to have some change in that so I can talk to you. Or get closer to it. Make them all light up. Or if not, just push the whole thing over. You knock that thing over, I'll quit bothering you real quick and pack up and get out of here. Boy, it's not just the magnetic field that's being broken, it's the temperature sensation as well, which also hasn't gone off all night. I just don't have an explanation for it. Oh boy. You guys. I think it's the jet again. I thought I heard someone walking. But those lights went off, and I don't think it was from this. No. I'm gonna switch this back and see if we can get some
Holy water.
communication. And we do. Holy water. What do you mean, holy water? Who am I speaking with? Is the water that's in that well what you're calling the holy water? Can you make something in here move? My name's Chad, and I'm here as really kind of a researcher, an investigator to
Other side.
figure out who's on the other side. Ah! Yeah, I appreciate it. Can you tell me more what the other side is? I have these devices that are here in front of me. We can use them as communication, and so a lot of them have to do with energy. If I get to an answer that's a yes answer, you can either speak through here or you can make some of these other devices light up. If you understand, can you make one of those devices light up or give me some form of communication? You say that you're from the other side. Have you passed away? Are you in a spirit world? Are you in a different dimension than I am? Does the water serve as a reservoir for your energy? lot of people believe that water will help serve as that form of energy to communicate. Is that true? I'm going to reset this. That shouldn't be going off. Why is... Ah! Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Who are you? You're having fun playing with the lights. It's a mosquito. Are you guys seeing this? Getting a question about, is it colder? No, not so much. And I guess the temperature is dropping as the sun goes down for the person who's asking in the chat. But it shouldn't cause that. I'm going to try and reset it again. What? It just died. It just took all of the energy. Who are you? If you just took all the energy from that REM pod, you should have some energy to communicate with me. Can you make a sound in here? I'd like to get to know you. You can knock on a piece of wood like I'll do now. I have a device in my hand. If you speak really loud into it, I'll be able to hear you. You said other side earlier. What did you mean by that?
Which?
What? Which? I don't think you meant which. I think this is the person who was messing with me the last time I was here. I didn't appreciate that. Let's go back and take a listen. If you just took all the energy from that REM pod, you should have some energy to communicate with me. Can you make a sound in here? I'd like to get to know you. You can knock on a piece of wood like I'll do now.
device in my hand. If you speak really loud into it, I'll be able to hear you. You said other side earlier. What did you mean by that?
Which?
Which? I don't think you meant which. I think this is the person who was messing with me the last time I was here. I didn't appreciate that.
Still nothing that
What if
wants
there's a different child?
to communicate. So I think at this point, what we're going to do, had some great activity down here. I mean, something just completely took all the energy out of the REM pod. We've had some good communication on the Ghost Tube app. The energy in here is changing a bit. I'm going to go back up to the first floor. We can get another battery for the REM pod, and let's see if we can experience any of the disembodied voices that we've heard up there in the past, or even the footsteps from the higher floors. So I'm going to leave you guys with some of this equipment. I'm going to take some upstairs and I'll be right back.
Jim.
What does it say? Jim. Like GYM. What do you mean by Jim? It's kind of a funny thing to say. Okay, so I'm going to take a couple of these items now. All right, you guys are in charge for the next few minutes. right, team. No notable comments. I'll assume everything stayed quiet. All right. So we're just going to head back upstairs to the first floor. See if we can hear some of the footsteps that we've certainly heard in the past. Document those. We'll shut this down just for a moment. Okay, here we go. Heading back up to the first floor for the last 30 minutes or so. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I'm very happy to be out of that basement. Creep factor just gets high. Okay. So let's turn this off. That to the side. Okay. Let me see how we're looking here, guys. Should be just about set up pretty well here. The tripwire is picking up probably that GS2. Just a little reset for everyone here. We are on the first floor of Benson Grist Mill. I'm looking down into the downstairs in the cellar area, which is right back there. We've got the tripwire hanging over the stairs, which will detect electromagnetic fields. Oh shit, it's showing something just, oh boy, something just walked up the stairs. Look at the lamp and then look just to the right of it. The tripwire's going off. There's something there. Hello? Who's here with me? No, I don't mean to scare you away. Yeah, come closer, please. I don't know what would make that the trace. It's almost like something walked up the stairs, peeked, and then walked back down. Just did it again. Let's see if we can capture it on the SLS. Is it picking up the shadow from the light? is certainly activity there. The thing about that LED, guys, this LED light only detects, it only detects changes in movement. If something physically breaks the laser that's emitted. So there's something there. Hello, thank you for whoever's coming up the stairs. Oh, you don't need to be afraid. Who is here with me? Can you tell me your name, please? If you speak really loud into this device, I'll listen back to it and I'll be able to hear you. I can see you at the edge of the stairs. Are you able to come all the way up onto this first floor? You don't need to be startled by me at all. I can't see you. I only have these devices that I think will help me detect your presence. You're not in trouble. Can you tell me your name? Can you tell me why you're here on this property? I have these different devices that you've been able to light up, including the pink light and the individual purple lights. You can communicate, and as you make those light up, it can be a yes answer to some of my questions. Can you show me that you know how to make those light up? Perfect. Perfect. Yeah, good job. That's great. Okay, so now by doing that, I'll take that as a yes answer to questions. And a no answer would simply be no response. If I ask some questions, is now a good time to talk? If you'd prefer to know a little bit, okay, yes, now is a good time to talk. I'll take it by that light. So, can you tell me your name or your family name?
It's cold.
It's cold. You did a great job communicating through here. I know I didn't ask you a yes or no question, but that's perfect. And you can also answer through here. Whoa! Did you guys see that? Whoa. This is great. What do you, is it cold in the dimension or wherever you are now? Are you saying that it's cold? Did you happen to die in some of the water that was near here and that's making you cold? If you could speak through this device as you just did, it would be really helpful too. Were you a worker of the mill? Perfect. There's a yes. Are you still working at the mill? Are you able to see me? There's a lot that we don't understand about you. And I would like to learn. Can you tell me through this device that you've spoken through? If you can see me, what color shirt am I wearing? Yeah, come on up and take a look.
Hello, thank you for where. I'd like to. Hello, thank you for whoever's coming up the stairs.
Perfect.
You don't need to be afraid.
I'm going to go back and listen and see if I can hear you on my audio
Who's
tape.
here with me? Can you tell me your name, please?
While I do that, feel free to light up.
Really loud into this device. I'll listen back.
Come on up.
To hear you. I can see you at the edge of the stairs. Hello, thank you for whoever's coming up the stairs.
So I'm
You don't
replaying
need to be afraid.
the digital audio recording. We'll see if we caught any EVPs.
Who is here with me? Can you tell me?
Shoot.
If you just took. Hello, thank you for whoever's coming up the stairs. Oh, you don't need to be afraid.
Accidentally restarted it. We'll listen here.
Who is here with me? Can you tell me your name, please? If you speak really loud into this device, I'll listen back to it and I'll be able to hear you. I can see you at the edge of the stairs. Are you able to come all the way up onto this first floor? You don't need to be startled by me at all.
There goes that
I
paralyzing.
can't see you. I only have these devices that I think will help me detect your presence. You're not in trouble.
There may have just been.
Can you tell me your name?
I'm listening back to digital audio, see if we capture any EVPs with that excellent
Tell me
communication
why
we
you're
just
here on
had.
this property.
Guilty?
I have these different devices that you've been able to light up, including the pink light and the individual purple lights. You can communicate, and as you make those light up, it can be a yes answer to some of my questions. Can you show me that you know how to make those light up? Perfect. Perfect. Yeah, good job. That's great. Okay, so now by doing that, I'll take that as a yes answer to questions. And a no answer would simply be no response.
We'll get through this part and then I'll turn this off and interact with what's out there now.
If I ask some questions, is now a good time to talk? If you'd prefer to know a little bit, okay, yes, now is a good time to talk. I'll take it by that light. So, can you tell me your name or your family name?
It's cold.
It's cold.
It's
That
cold.
was such a
You did a
bizarre
great job
answer.
communicating through here. I know I didn't ask you a yes or no question, but
Okay,
that's
I'm gonna shut
perfect.
this off
And you
for now.
can also answer through here. Whoa!
Okay. I wonder, I'm going to adjust the GS2. I want to make sure it's not causing our LED trip light to be going on. I wonder if it was. I bet the laser. No? It's a car radio. God, that scared me. I think that car radio was playing You Don't Know About Bruno. if there's anyone here in the mill, I have about 10 minutes left before I leave. I would love to hear from you. Did I just hear you move? You can talk through this device I have here and say words. Or the lights that I have set up here, you can go use your energy to change the colors and we can interact through them. In the past, I've been able to hear your voice as well. Are there any mill operators who can help assist me in this equipment? Whoever was here speaking with me earlier, I'd love for you to come back and interact with me again. I asked you your name and you said it's cold. In the past here, I believe I've spoken to either a William or a Joshua or a Zach. Are any of you here? There we go. There we go. There's action both on that paralight. So that detects electromagnetic field. And then this sends out a laser. And if the laser gets obstructed by anything at all, it'll show up on the LED strip. William, if that's you, can you make that pink light up again? One more time, please, William. I'm sorry I can't fully recall your name. You can also speak it into the device I have in front of me. Or make any sound in here. What about, is there a Zach here? Or a Josh? Joshua? In the past, someone has told me that they were buried here. And perhaps even murdered. I'm a safe person that you can talk to. I'm only here to understand and try to help if possible. You're getting the hang of that device a little bit. Can you really give it all of your power and make it light up even more colors? The more energy you give it, the more colors will light up. And I tell you what, I have some other devices here that we think hold energy that perhaps you can use. If you need to take any energy from these devices, feel free to do it. You can't take it from me, but you can take it from the devices. Earlier, someone said that there was a witch downstairs. I have a hard time believing that's true. Do you have anything to say to that? There you go. You're doing a good job using energy to light that up. If you'd like to engage in some questions with me, will you make that light up on the count of 3? I don't want to just be talking to you if you don't want to talk to me. So on the count of 3, if you want to chat, really light that up. 1, 2, 3. All right, you'll have my silence until you come back and light it up again. I'm going to give you guys some light so you can see what I'm looking at. Oh, one last thing I forgot. All right, guys. This, I want you to meet a friend of mine. This is Olaf. Olaf was reportedly a haunted doll that was purchased by one of my coworkers. Been taking good care of Olaf. I don't think Olaf's very haunted, but could be a really nice gesture, especially if Alice is still here. Alice, or any of the other spirits here, I brought a doll for you to play with if you'd like. Alice or any of the other spirits, not only do you have this doll, but also I brought a scent that will smell really good. It's a candle. I'd really ask you to go smell the candle, and any of the spirits tell me what smell, what fragrance you smell. It sounds like there's someone outside yelling. Excuse me. Hey, Butch, I appreciate it. Yeah, we try to be really, really careful. Oh gosh, that said crying. Yeah, Butch, we try to be very mindful about spirits. I appreciate your comment, Butch. Someone just said crying. Can you tell me why you're crying? It makes me a bit sad. I've only got a few minutes left here with you. Is there someone by the name of Cole who's here? I'm sorry, I've forgotten your name from the previous investigations, but I think it was Cole or Zach or William or Josh. Thank you for lighting that lamp up. You know, if you need to take energy from that lamp, if you're able to do that, you're welcome to do so. You know, spirits, the last time I was here, my wife Sarah and I were telling you a bit about ourselves, and at least with the equipment that we had laid out, I just heard something. Could you guys hear that? It was like, it wasn't like a footstep, but maybe like something tapped on the window or. So my wife Sarah and I were telling you a little bit about us, which seemed to pique your interest. So I'm going to pick up there. If you like what you hear or like this type of conversation, please feel free to use any of these devices as I've explained to you, or make a sound. So even though tonight I'm here alone, my friends and I who have been here, we all come from Salt Lake City. The year is 2023. We traveled here by car, by automobile. I drove out here today to come interact with you. I'm currently on vacation or a holiday, which is why I come alone. The rest of my friends are working. But we have these devices that can kind of record what's happening. And then we share it with other people across the world, really to try to tell your story or find some type of evidence that you're here. I don't want or need you to leave this place. This place is far more yours than it is mine. I simply am so curious about how you're here and more of the science of it. Is there anything you can tell me?
It's what we want.
What? It's what we want? So it just said it's what we want. So it was your choice to be where you are now? Am I understanding that correctly? Yes. So can you help me understand, you know, you said it's what we want. Are you in a different dimension than I'm in? Like, why can't I see you? Is that answer yes? I mean, earlier I offered that lighting up that lamp would be a yes answer. So you're in a different dimension. Are you currently living? Are you alive? Yes?
I'm stuck.
You're stuck? Oh boy. So that confuses me a little. You're stuck in a different dimension. Do you know how you got there? That's so curious to me. So like I don't have understanding of a different dimension. Did you purposefully go to where you are? If I take from what you've said, both through that device and the other light, the pink light, you're in a different dimension because it's what you wanted. And that you're living. And all of that to me is incredibly fascinating, but I don't understand how that could happen. Can you, if time exists in the same way it does for me, so I'm in the year 2023, can you try and tell me what year you're in? Or can you talk through that device and tell me, whoa, the tripwire just went off. Can you tell me anything you know about time just as a concept? There's lots of people who think that different dimensions have to do with time. Oh boy, that light is just going off. Am I hitting something with time being the key? Is your time different than what we perceive? Oh boy, there's a car. There's a car that pulled over right outside that scared the crap out of me. All right, guys, just a few minutes left. It's about 10 o'clock. It's time for me to go. Do you want to continue this conversation? If not, I probably need to pack up. Any final words, spirits? Certainly your different dimension and that you chose to be there and you're alive is going to give us something to think about. If we come back or when we come back in the future, are you okay if we continue this conversation? All right. All right, spirits, I'm going to pack up. Appreciate you interacting with me tonight. We'll be back soon. All right. So thanks for everyone for watching. Sorry, that light's going to be super bright. I'm going to go ahead and pack up. interesting conversation. I don't know what to make out of the dimensions and the time, and they chose to be there and they're still living. It's odd. Let us know what you think. If you're not already subscribed, please do so. Please throw up a like as well. Appreciate you guys hanging out with me. It's definitely odd being in a building talking to something that's not there for a few hours, and is also a little bit creepy, especially when it's pitch black. So as I cover up the light, here's what I see. Yikes. So everyone, we appreciate it. Hope you all take care. If you like what I did tonight with the live investigation, please let us know. We're always looking for feedback and happy to do more of these in the future. We'll see ya. Oh, wait. We have to do a diagnosis. Guys, diagnosis for this place? Tonight wasn't the most... Oh, shit.
Criminal.
No, what? No. Did you see that? What? What in the world? Okay, so the LED tripwire, like, all of the lights started to go off. Maybe the battery's dying on it. I don't know. It looked like something was walking right at me on the LED tripwire. So that's fantastic. And then it said criminal on the spirit box. So that's just lovely. With that being said, the diagnosis, as I was just about to say, didn't seem to be as haunted tonight as typical. I think that last little show of display certainly shut me up. So we're going to say this place still has some activity. I don't know if I say it's full on haunted, but definitely enough to give you some chills. All right, everyone. Have a good night.